Well, the Albanese government continues to duck and weave about what it did or didn't do to assist ISIS brides coming to Australia. That they obfuscate on something so obviously important to the safety of Australians beggars belief. And speaking of their inability to just speak plainly on this subject, have a listen to Industry Minister Tim Ayres this morning when asked about how he felt regarding people who went overseas to support a terrorist organisation that beheaded Christians now coming back to Australia.
These people have travelled to a war zone, and you know, it's a pretty you know, I think most Australians would regard that as a problem for like a behaviour that is. That's not certainly the government's advice to people has been do not travel to these areas.
Wow. Joining me now is Nationals MP Barnaby Joyce. Barnaby, should Australians trust the Albanese government to keep them safe?
Well, that Tim Ayres sounded like a mad goat on ice skates. He was all over the shop. And, of course, we are really concerned because these people have been indoctrinated. Let's just dispel the idea that because you're female, you can't be part of some of the most evil things that have been perpetrated on other human beings by ISIS. We have seen some of the literature, some of the quotes from these people, and they were full-on part of this show. In my area, we have... I fought for, didn't fight for, I lobbied for the Yazidi community to come into the New England. And you should have a quiet yarn to them about how ISIS treated them, raping them, murdering them, enslaving them in prostitution, killing their children in front of them as they kill their husbands. This is the cult that these people decide to be a part of. And one of the greatest treasures, one of the greatest prizes in your life is to be part of this nation, Australia. And we don't just flippantly give it out to people who were a party to a murderous, insatiable, evil group, which ISIS was.
Absolutely. All right, a New South Wales court has ruled against the pro-Palestine march to Sydney Opera House planned for Sunday. Barnaby, this is a victory for common sense, which is pretty rare these days, but a victory nonetheless.
I hate to say it, big tick also to Premier Chris Minns. People just looked at this and said, no, this is idiotic. First of all, we've got a peace agreement. Surely that must mean something. So what was this about? It was just the adjunct provocateurs, people basically on the bandwagon to push their barrow, which is generally against the establishment. It would have been infiltrated and participated in by people with Taliban support, Taliban supporting banners, ISIS supporting banners, Iranian Revolutionary Guard, Hamas, terrorist organisations, basically frequenting one of the icons of our nation. We don't want our icon of our nation desecrated with people, once more, who are party to some of the most evil things perpetrated by one human being against another. And that's precisely what would have happened. You've got to draw a line, and I want to thank those on either side, both sides of the political fence, who said enough is enough. Let's stop this.
Now, of course, there will be a march. It will be via a different route that will avoid the Opera House. How likely, though, do you think that some protesters will go to the Opera House anyway? I know New South Wales Police have said they will be stationed there to deal with anyone who does so.
I'll put $100 and they'll try and get there, because that's how they're going to get media, you know, and they'll be searching for media oxygen in their wayward cause. You know, they want to be rah-rah, the Uber left, and this is the pony that they ride on. It's later on they'll get another pony. This is the pony they're riding on at the moment, and they're going to try and ride that pony right to the forecourt of the Opera House, and if they could, they'll ride that pony across the Harbour Bridge and back. But I'm hoping that people sit back and say, OK, we have a peace agreement which is supported by all the Arab states, OK? It's obviously even supported, and I don't condone them, it must be supported in some way or shape by Hamas, for goodness sake. So what are you protesting about? what's this about? It's your evil angel, President Trump, has actually facilitated peace. I hope you've got a big thank you note. Thank you, President Trump. 100%. Good on you. Well done. Let's see if they've got a banner that says that.